Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. I'll request everybody to take your seats. Which language is good enough, English or Hindi? English. Telugu nahi aata. So it's English, okay. Okay, thank you so much. I would try to speak in both the languages, more in English and a little bit in Hindi also, so that you can understand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for such a warm welcome. I'm not over here to give any training today, because I know our leaders will give you the best trainings which is possible. I'll request everybody to sit down and please do not take any selfies because it disturbs. Right? Can we cut down these lights? Company? Yes. Is our marketing plan rewarding? Yes. Is our education system good? Yes. Are you people earning money in Vestige? Yes. Are our products of world quality? Yes. What do you think? For how long will Vestige last? Forever. Forever. Thank you so much for the faith. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, what I am talking to you today is about 22 long years of history of Vestige. There are very few companies in the world which lived beyond 10 years. And Vestige has completed 22 years and this year on the 2nd of June, we are celebrating our anniversary, 22nd anniversary, that too in an international location in Sri Lanka. Now, why exactly Vestige has become such a different company? You know, I'd like to tell you one thing. After completing approximately 12 years of my professional career in an American multinational company called Pfizer, from where I learned on how exactly companies are managed, no person can be bigger than the company. You should build the company in a manner so that if you are also not there, the company should keep on running and it should help people to live the life of economic independence. So in 1996, I joined direct selling. That was the first company in India where I became a part as a training manager first, then I was the national sales head for approximately 6 long years. So those first 6 years were very, very formative for me. I never knew anything about direct selling, right? Neither did India know that how exactly will the system work? Will it work? Will people make money? How exactly you can motivate or manage your teams? Nobody ever knew. So to learn, what I did, I asked for a book from America called The Encyclopedia of Network Marketing. That book was written by Randy Gage, who is one of the big top leaders of direct selling in the world. So when I opened that book, the very first chapter was selecting the right company. Right? So as any new person would understand, the marketing plan should be rewarding. Products should be of everyday use. Products should be economically priced. right? So that is what I also thought. But when I opened that book, in selecting the right company, the very first point they said, look at the management of the company. I did not realize that. I said, why look at the management of the company? Right? The management has got to give a good marketing plan, has got to supply the products. People are going to make their own teams. They are going to move volumes, sell products, and company has got to give commission. Why exactly look at the management of the company? So that thing I never ever realized at that time. But as the years passed, I understood that management of the company is very important. Why? If management thinks about ordinary people, if the company's management is always thinking that how our people can grow, how they can earn more money, how they can be rich, how we can change their lifestyle, how we can make their lives better, that management will always take the company forward. Unfortunately, what happens in any other business, the founder of the company is always looking for profits. Profits and more profits, because of which they get greedy and they don't care about the distributors. But Vestige is an entirely different company. You know, our vision says that our vision is to help people live a life of economic independence, and that too on their own terms. Our vision does not talk about profit. Our vision does not talk about turnover. Our vision does not talk about number of countries where we are going to operate. Our vision talks about helping people live a life of economic independence. And how we can do it so well. How many of you think your life has changed in Vestige? Fantastic. So many people. A big round of applause to all of you. You know, just try to imagine if in this hall, in Vijayawada, there are so many people whose life has changed in Vestige. Just imagine how many lives we have changed all over India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Ghana, Ivory Coast, in other places also. How did that happen? Because it happened because as management of the company, we understand you extremely well. How do I understand you so well? I remember in 1996, when people did not know how to show the marketing plan, they never knew how to give product training, they never knew what a person should do after we have made them join the business. So I was one person who used to travel all across India. Right, I have gone to almost every town in India, and I have personally done home meetings. I have done one-to-one plan shows which are there in lakhs and lakhs of people. I have shown plan myself. I have stood on the stage for thousands of times to explain the marketing plan and to give product training. This connect of working with the people, showing plan to them one-to-one on paper, doing their home meetings, working with people and changing their lives, made us understand direct selling even better. The very first company where I was the national sales head. I left that company, joined another company as a vice president. I worked over there for 2 years, left that company, joined another company in Kuala Lumpur, which was the #1 direct selling company in Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei. Launched their India operations and left them in 2004. Trust you and me, I never wanted my own company. I was happy being a professional. I never wanted to be a businessman. But the issue was that I left one company, went to another company, went to another company as a professional. Why? Because all those companies could not understand what distributors want. I know one thing, that distributors don't want anything. They want good services from the company and a timely payout. Right? Rest, they are ready to work hard and to build their own life. But when the managements of the company did not understand these things and they used to ignore, we said somebody will stand in India and give direct selling a respectable name and fame. That is where Vestige was born. Right? You have got to understand the marketing plan. Marketing plan has been engineered for wealth. I won't say it was designed, it was engineered. Why? Because in various companies, various marketing plans, all the problems which used to be there for people, we ensured that all those problems are taken care of in Vestige, and that's why Vestige has got the world's best marketing plan. Ladies and gentlemen, Vestige is a 22-year-old company. I've got my other businesses also. Fine. You can just open it and leave it over here. Vestige has been there for 22 long years. I also have my other businesses also. Vestige is India's largest Indian direct selling company. In the world, top 100 companies, we are there for last 8 years. The highest ranking which we have got in the world is the 30th largest company in the world. Our mission is to touch $1 billion by 2030 and be amongst the top 10 direct selling companies of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, with such a great presence, which is such a great company, which is worldwide doing a turnover of approximately 2,000 crores per year, after having such a big company, do I have to work 7 days a week? Yes or no? Do I have to work 7 days a week? No. Other companies' managing directors won't work if they have such a big company. But I still work 7 days a week. Today is a Sunday. Today is a Sunday and I'm over here especially to talk to you about one thing, is that Vestige is committed to help you change your life. All the things, what we do is thinking about people, those who are starting in Vestige, people, those who become bronze directors, people, those who are silver, gold, star. That's why we brought in TBB, so that people can earn more. We introduced elite bonus so that our leaders should also earn. We give away wonderful promotions, like last year we did a 10 crore rupees promotion, which was over and above the marketing plan. We spent 10 crore rupees as a pool, 5 crore rupees was distributor as wealth pack, 15 crore rupees gone. From where did that 15 crore rupees come? It came out of my profitability. You know, we shared our profits with you. No other company does that. Why do we give so many promotions? We give so many promotions because it should become more profitable for you to do business with Vestige. And with this thought process, Vestige has consistently grown and become one of the largest direct selling companies in the world. And this is going to continue because why? Again, the management becomes very, very important, and Vestige management, just a minute, I'll take off this jacket. Why exactly your future with Vestige is going to be safe always? Because Vestige as an organization always works for the future. I still remember in 2011, when we completed 7 years, we brought out a book called Here to Eternity. And on the bottom of the book, one thing was written, 7 wonder years. In 2011, I would like to tell you one thing. That was one of the most difficult times for direct selling. Even the government of India was thinking to ban direct selling in India. And we had completed 7 years, and we made a promise that Vestige will stay from here till eternity. That means till the end of the world. We were so confident of that. And the book we made, we said 7 wonder years because 7 is a very important number. You know, they say lucky 7, yes or no? How many days of the week are there? How many oceans are there in the world? And how many wonders are there in the world? 7. So we said, looking at the 7 wonders of the world, we are inspired by one wonder of the world which is there in India, which is that Taj Mahal. Have you heard about Taj Mahal? Where it is? Agra. So you know about Taj Mahal. You know, we said we are inspired by Taj Mahal. Why? Because it took 22 long years to make Taj Mahal. You know, people don't have the patience. They would like to start something today and see the result tomorrow. But Shah Jahan started a work which will take 22 years to complete. And the first inspiration was, सोचने की हिम्मत तो करो. We were a small company. In 2011, we were doing a turnover of 50 crores annually. And we said we'll become India's top company and we'll be there as amongst the top 10 direct selling companies of the world. Everybody thought that Vestige has gone crazy. Right? A 50 crore company looking at becoming the top 10 company in the world. So, inspiration was that we have got to think big. That's why we started Vestige. We did everything which is different. Do you like the system uniform? Any other company has it? We were the first company to do it. Now everybody looks like a professional, right? Your background you might be a taxi driver, you might be a bus conductor, you might be a businessman, you might be a professional, you might be a doctor, you might be an engineer. But in Vestige, there is no difference. Everybody looks the same. The first inspiration was to create Vestige as such a big brand that when everybody says what kind of a good company should be there, the very first name should be Vestige. That was our dream, to build a brand as a benchmark in direct selling, and it is very tough. It is very tough to challenge the multinationals. It is very tough to fight them because they have got billions of dollars. But we said, sochne ki himmat to karo, we were inspired by Taj Mahal, and we said that we'll make Vestige one of the greatest companies in the world. You know, it took 22 years to build Taj Mahal. And 20,000 people worked for 22 years to build Taj Mahal. 20,000 people from different religions, different mindset, different talent. But everybody worked as a team. So we said, this is a kind of a team. This is the kind of a team we will build in Vestige, whereas there is no difference of caste, no difference of religion, no difference of education, no rich or poor people, but everybody working to make others grow. That was our vision. You know, Taj Mahal has been built next to the river Yamuna, right? And you know how do rivers behave, right? Sometimes there are floods, sometimes earthquakes, something different. So even to build Taj Mahal, there were many problems. So we understood that it is not going to be easy to be amongst the top 10 direct selling companies of the world. There'll be problems in the way. But we are inspired by Taj Mahal that we will have perseverance and persistence. That we will not back down, but we'll continue to grow. Problems may come, and so many problems have come till now. Competition comes, government policy changes, but Vestige still continues to grow and help people live a life of economic independence. The last inspiration we took from Taj Mahal. You know, Taj Mahal has been there in Agra for 400 years. Right, for 400 years. How many Taj Mahal are there in the world? One. Have you realized that in 400 years, so much technology, so much engineering, everything has become better? But why there is only one Taj Mahal? Because it is something which cannot be duplicated. We said we'll create Vestige as a company with a culture that it cannot be duplicated. And if you see the Vestige, what you see today, people driving luxury cars. There are so many cars outside which I have got to inaugurate today. Right, last night I was over here for dinner when we were going out and we saw that Mahindra beautiful red color car which is costing 35 lakh rupees. which is costing 35 lakh rupees. And that person has bought, our leader has bought it from the Vestige car fund. We said we'll create a company which cannot be duplicated. And that's where we are. When I was talking about the management of the company, why the management is important? Because if the management is futuristic, the world is changing, yes or no? Everything in the world is changing. In 2011, we saw about 2020. And we realized that in 2020, 70% of the population of India is going to be below the age of 35 years. That India is going to be a young nation. If India is a young nation, how do the youngsters think? What packaging they would like to have? What labels will be attractive? What products do they want? How do they want to have trainings? How do they want to build up their teams and service them? Incidentally, in 2011, for 7 years, our cumulative average growth rate was 135%. That means for 7 years in a row, Vestige was growing by every year, average 135%, means more than doubling our turnover every year. And that was considered to be super successful business model. But as a futuristic management, we started thinking about 2020. What did we do? We changed our product packaging. We put the photographs of young boys and young girls, that they should start thinking that these products are for them also. Prevention is better than cure, so they should remain healthy. We brought in new packaging, we brought in new catalogs, we changed our website. And looking at youngsters are going to be tech savvy, we were the first company in the world in direct selling to launch a mobile application. We were the first company. We started growing. In 2011, our turnover was 50 crores. And in 2020, our turnover was 2,750 crores. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you are looking at a company which has got a track record of super growth. If the company takes the right decisions and grows at a super pace, your career, your business is absolutely safe in that company. But why does the management becomes important? In 2011, when we started, in 2014, the new BJP government at the center came, where Shri Narendra Modi ji became the Prime Minister. And he said a very good thing for the country, that means make in India. Right? He said all those things which can be made in India will not be imported. And our Assure category was made by a Japanese company in their plant in Thailand, and we used to import that. Our L-arginine was made in United States of America, and we used to import it. Our detox patches and so many raw materials were made in China, and we used to import it. With Make in India, everything stopped. No need to clap. It was a sad thing, right? People said, you cannot match Japanese quality in India. You cannot match American quality in India. So everybody said that Vestige is going to close down. Now, why the management is important? In 2 months flat, we opened our own research and development center. In 4 months, we created products which were and are better than Japanese and American products, and we were in business. You know, this is the resolve, this is the perseverance and persistence of Vestige management. In 2014, when we came out of this, I hope you remember, 6th of November 2016, when Shri Narendra Modi ji came on television at 8 o'clock in the evening and said, "Mitron, 500 and 1,000 rupees." India was a cash economy. People never had credit cards, these many numbers. There was no Paytm, no Google Pay, no nothing at all. Everything was what? Cash transaction. I hope you remember during demonetization, people stood outside the banks for 3 to 4 hours just to take out 2,000 rupees. Yes or no? Because of demonetization, in October our business was 74 crores, and in November 2016 our business dropped to 47 crores. 50% drop. And that time we were ready for 150 crore turnover. We had opened our new offices, taken new factories, opened up new warehouses, hired more people because we are going to grow, and everything dropped down. Any company in the world would have shut down, but not Vestige. It took us 1 year to go back to 74 crores turnover. So in 2016, demonetization happened, and in 2018, GST came, right? So the taxes went up. On Ayurvedic category, where the VAT was 5%, it went up to 12%, where the tax was 9 to 12%, went up to 18 to 28. Everybody said that prices have gone up, prices have gone up. Our business came down, but we built it again. And in 2020, what came into India and the world? Corona. Do you remember Corona period? The entire world was shut, right? Nobody used to go out of their house. People were scared. People were fearful that we may die because there is no cure of it. Entire businesses in the world were closed. Lakhs and lakhs of business shut down. Crores of people lost their jobs. Crores of people faced an income cut. When everything was closed, nobody knew what to do. Within 48 hours, Vestige sent laptop, computers, Wi-Fi connection to all our employees. Our branch managers and branches and DLCP, we arranged for essential services, curfew passes for them. And when the entire world was shut, after 48 hours, there was only one business working in the world, which was Vestige. And do you know, in the year when so many businesses closed shop, they shut down, Vestige did the highest ever turnover in 2020. That is the power of Vestige. So that's why management is important, which does not get scared, is always ready to move forward, come what may, the problems may be. And in 2021, what did we do? In 2021, we started working on our strategy for 2030. Okay. Tell me, how many of you have got smartphones? Everybody? What has a phone done? Taken away your watch? Finished your alarm clock? Finished your calculator? Finished your compass? Finished your camera? Finished your video camera? Closed down all the STD PCO booths? It has finished the postman? Right? You do almost everything from your phone. Your record player, CD player, everything is gone. Right? Your entertainment is on what? Phones. You order foods. You look for history. So the entire world is changing. That's what we saw, that in 2021 and 2030, the world is going to be more digital. If world is going to be more digital, what is going to come? In 2021, we started working on artificial intelligence so that how exactly you can recruit your people, how you can make your more customers, how you can use social media to increase your business, how you can sign your people online, feed their order, place their order, and the product should be delivered to their house. And so we prepared ourselves digitally. Plus, in addition to that, we realized what categories should we work on. You know, before Corona, everybody was afraid to take food supplements. People used to ask, are there any side effects? Right? खाने के पहले खाना है, खाने के बाद खाना है. People used to ask, लेना कैसे है? मैं कहता था, मुंह से लेना है, कान से नहीं लेना. Right? There were such stupid questions. But during COVID and Corona, people realized that they have got to focus on their health. They have got to increase their immunity. So we said the number one category on which we are going to focus is wellness. Right? Because we have got a huge category of products, even from women hygiene to for heart, for joints, for diabetes, detoxification, every category we have. Plus, in 2021, we looked at that in 2028, India is going to be the world's third largest economy. You know, last night, when Mr. Raju was dropping me to the hotel, he was talking about a street in Vijayawada where food is available till 2 o'clock in the morning. Eat Street. Okay. So he said people are making very less food at their house, but they love to eat out. Right? That is happening all across India. Your Swiggy, your Zomato, your all these applications is making people lazy, and people are eating junk food. So when we said we are going to be the world's third largest economy, if we are going to be the third richest country in the world, what is the condition in number one richest country in the world, which is United States of America? When we looked at over there, can you believe in modern American homes, there are no kitchen? There is just a microwave and a coffee machine. They bring in packed food, processed food from supermarkets, store it in refrigerators, heat it and eat it. And what do they eat? Burgers, pizza, noodles, pasta, momo, Coke. And that's why Americans are overweight. When we looked at India and we carried out a survey, we found out that children from the age of 6 years till youth of 20 years, what do they eat? Burger, pizza, pasta, noodles, right? So we said India is going to be an obese nation. So we started working on our Western category, right? And it took us 3 years to create the world's best products, right? And if you remember, 6 months ago, our Honorable Prime Minister came on FM radio and said that you have got to reduce the quantity of cooking oil by 10% in your food. Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because the government of India's statistics show that in 2050, when the population of India is going to be 170 crores, 44 crore Indians are going to be overweight. When people are overweight, around about 200 types of diseases affect them. So our vision for 2050 is now ready, right? What we are targeting? The future for your children, that in 2050, out of 44 crore overweight Indians, if 1 crore Indians use Vestige products, our turnover will be more than $15 billion. If our turnover is going to be $15 billion plus, you cannot imagine how many of you will be earning crore of rupees per month and driving a Mercedes Benz to a helicopter. You don't know. But this is a possibility. Why a possibility? Because there is no competition. Vestige has got the strongest infrastructure. We have got 42 offices, 20 warehouses, 2,500 centers, 2,000 free trainings per month, 74 trainers in all regional languages spread all across the country. That kind of infrastructure what we have. So we are going to be amongst the top 10 direct selling companies in the world. इस बात में मैं यही बात कहूंगा कि सोचने की हिम्मत तो करो, right? So my dear Vestigians, in wellness, in which we are going to focus, weight management is going to be a very big category. Second major category on which we are going to work is beauty. Right? Everybody wants to look beautiful. You know what used to happen earlier, that a boy or a girl from a village, you could see the difference between a village person and a city or a town person. Now, is there any difference? No. So the world is becoming more beauty conscious. Not only ladies, but men also want to look more handsome, more pleasant. They want to take care. You know, he's laughing over there, but if you see, what do the boys do? They have got hairstyles going up like this with wax and cut over here. They have got a Bali over here, not Gautham Bali, but the other Bali. right? People are so fashion conscious, so we are going to focus on the second major category, which is beauty. Last but not the least, the most important category for Vestige in India is going to be agriculture. Why agriculture? Why agriculture? Because the population is growing. More number of people to eat food. The land mass is shrinking. With new highways, new industrial areas, new housing colonies, new builders coming up, the land is shrinking, demand on soil to grow more is increasing. And at the moment in India, in direct selling, we hold 50% market share in agriculture category. So we are going to focus on all these three categories, and that is what I wanted to say to you, that there will be so many companies which will come. They'll try to show you a dream, but it will be a dream, not history. Vestige has a history of 22 long years. So have faith in your upline. Our system is proven that it gives success. That's why when you go out, you will see all those cars with Vestige stickers. What is that? That is the proof that the system works, right? On top of that, I would like to say one thing, that as head of the Vestige family, I would like to say one thing, that we will always work to make your life better and better and better again. One last mantra I would like to give before I hand over the mic. You know, for 19 long years, which is a world record, Vestige grew for 19 consecutive years. Vestige grew by 69% average growth every year. You know, if we grew by 69% every year, and that too for 19 long years, which no other company in the world has done, in any other business. How did we do that? We used to take 5% growth month over month. That if you have done 5,000 PV this month, next month do 5,500 or 5,250. If you maintain an average growth of 5%, by the end of 1 year, your volume would have grown by 80% and your check would have doubled. Right? So, I always say one thing, that there is only one person on earth who can make you successful, and that is you. There is one person on the earth who can stop you from becoming successful. That also is you. You have a wonderful opportunity over here with a company which is proven organization. We have changed the lives of the millions and millions of people all across the world in 8 countries where we operate. And the very same opportunity is there with you. With that, I would like to say thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me with such great patience. You know, whenever I come to Vijayawada or I go anywhere in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, I have got one fear. That is the language. Right? So, when I came over here, I asked Mr. Raju, I asked Syed also. You know, when I turned back over there, I was talking to them, what language should I speak? Hindi or English? So they said, people of Andhra Pradesh are very educated. Right? So that's the reason you should talk in English. And believe me, I had thought that I'll speak for hardly 10 minutes. But all of you, thanks so much, made me so comfortable that I just could not stop. Thank you so much. God bless you all and wish you well. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
సో రైట్, సో ఎలా ఉంది? భాషతో పని లేదు, భావంతోనే పని. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సో రైట్, ఇట్స్ టైమ్ టు లంచ్.